Hello there and welcome. This is your reading for the last week in September, September 25th to October the 1st. And we do have a full moon in Aries, and that's on the 29th, which is Friday, I believe. So let's see what the cards have to say for this week. I hope you're all doing really well now that we are officially in autumn. Sorry, let me try that again. I'm pulling cards here, not really paying attention to what I'm doing. It's raining here in the mountains, and we're very, very grateful for that because it is finally getting those fires doused significantly. So I'm glad for that. Very grateful. So, what have we got going on here? Let me see as I begin to tune into. Okay, interesting that this card, being vigilant, paying attention to the details, watch where you're going, be present, using discernment is all the things that I'm picking up with that. I'm just tuning in a little bit more. Okay, so there is something new that we're starting with this page of pentagrams, which is pentacles. So there is a new project that we are beginning. And so what I'm getting is that there might be some doubt if this is a good choice for us. I'm feeling that with this being vigilant card. So it is, if there's a contract involved or an agreement made, making sure that you are, or, us as a collective, or for some of us anyways, because this is a general reading. So for some of us, or a few of us, or maybe one of us, making sure that the communication is understood by all the parties involved, making sure that, so if there's any documents or written agreements, making sure it's very clearly stated what's happening, or if it's a verbal agreement, I'm feeling like there might be some implications happening now that down the road might come back and bite you in the butt. So I'm feeling like this is something that needs to be very clear, and don't leave anything by chance. Otherwise, it could come up and kind of be unexpected setback or disappointment in the future. So whatever this is that we are beginning, this opportunity that we are approaching very soon, I would say. So this is this week. It's something that you're working on currently or in this week, but is going to be affecting you in for a longer term, a longer scale. We have the Six of Pentagrams. So again, another, earth base. So this would be the Six of Pentacles. So this is telling me that whatever this is that you are beginning, although we do need to pay attention to whatever agreements we are entering into, perhaps it's even with ourselves. As we are starting this, the pressures we're putting on ourselves, and maybe giving yourself some space or compassion, or being realistic about timelines and what kind of pressures are you putting on yourself, and reminding ourselves or yourself that, we are putting these on ourselves, that we don't need to do that, this is, to put it very vaguely, make believe, right? So if we're finding that we have these pressures, or these could be real pressures by outside sources, but it's about being really in tune with what you can accomplish within a certain time. So again, being aware of your energy, being aware of your time, and so everything flows smoothly. But whatever this endeavor is, tells me that, I'm feeling really good about it with this card. It feels that you are participating in your community or in society in a very beneficial way. So this is something that is very uplifting, that people will receive openly, and that you are willing to offer, that this is coming from your heart. Whatever this space is, this is part of stepping into your purpose. And at this point in time, I mean, we can have many purposes over our lifetime, but this is like the next one. And so I feel like there's a really good give and take. And so financially, it feels really, really good. There's a good balance there and everything. And I'm feeling like this is something that you have been wanting to happen. This is what you're hoping to achieve within this project or endeavor, whatever it is that you're starting here. And then, of course, so it's interesting. So I just realized, so in this row, we also have another pentagram. So this is all very earth-based, and it's interesting. So this is the Ace of Pentagrams or Pentacles. This is the beginning of the project. It's funny how I was actually getting that energy from the Page of Pentagrams. So what I'm feeling here, and I'm thinking that I made a faux pas in my perception of the cards, but I'm also realizing that that isn't actually the case, because any perceived mistake is actually a judgment of my own mind. But so it is the beginning. But what I'm getting here is this Page of Pentagrams is that this is definitely, again, stepping into your purpose, but this is inspired. This is in being guided to you from your higher self, your guides, however you choose to perceive that information, or this idea has come in. It's like you are answering a call, a higher call, a higher purpose, as you are stepping into this and making this change, or whatever this new thing is that we are bringing into the world. And again, I'm seeing that hand from spirit here. So I'm also, again, feeling the same as in the card, that this is like you are feeling guided to do this. And that it is, again, being very, is going to be very positive, bringing balance and harmony within you, but also to those whose lives you touch. And financially, that it is going to be abundant, but there's an equal give and take of energy, which is optimum is the word that's coming to me. So then next here we have ritual. Can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self and those whose gazes hold the fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. So again, I'm feeling like there's a lot of unanswered, attributes or aspects coming into this week and then moving further. So it is committing to yourself. I feel like this is also about trusting yourself, trusting what comes in, but making a commitment to it, and then trusting. So there's a feeling of, is this going to work? And I kind of was touching on that over here. There's the being, back to the being vigilant, how that ties in. So there's like a feeling of rest assuredness, knowing that everything is taken care of, that you are taken care of, but remembering that you are not leaving it all up to chance. You are taking care of all the aspects that you need to, but then there's the part that you can't control. There's the parts that you have to surrender and into, and trust that they will all work out the way that you are hoping they will. So but it's committing to it and then surrendering whatever the outcome is going to be, and perhaps doing a ritual. So with this full moon energy coming into this week, it's a really good time to do some rituals of release and rituals of intention setting of where you want to go, a ritual of just recommitting to yourself and your purpose and where it is that it is leading you. And knowing that everything will be revealed as it is needed to be revealed. that we have to walk through all the parts that are challenging and tough in order to receive the benefits and the rewards of, the lessons and then the wisdom that comes with them. And not that they're really lessons, but we can't have the answers given to us. We can't have the whole way shown to us, because then we're not living our life. We're not fulfilling our purpose for being here. And so we have to just trust the unfolding process as it unfolds, as we continue to manifest our journey. And so yeah, there is this, I'm feeling with that ritual card and making the commitment and everything I just said about that card, we have the judgment card. So this is telling me that this is, again, surrendering to the parts that we don't know and that we can't control, and realizing that this is a growing aspect. And I have been really feeling that this week myself, is that the challenging and almost like a constriction or a falling away, a falling apart, and how this is a necessary component of our growth. So growth is never easy, and I usually get personally, I get insights and wisdom when I'm meditating, but most often they come to me when I'm driving. So going for, long drives, when, that's when a lot of messages from spirit kind of get downloaded and insights, or when I'm, making the bed or cleaning the house, or doing, things that are keeping my body busy, but not necessarily my mind. So yeah, we have the Nine of Swords. So again, this is what I'm feeling, that things falling apart. There's something that is worrying you. I'm also getting this is something from the past. This is something that has kind of come up from our own past, or your own past, that has kind of kicked you in the butt. And it is like an old pattern that we have fallen into. That's part of the feeling of, recommitting, that self-doubt may be coming up here, questioning what it is you're doing. But that's why it's important to make that commitment, recognizing that this is part of the journey of growth. That's why it's so uncomfortable. But we have to face these aspects, these old patterns that pop up. They're popping up for a reason, because we are being asked to not become victim to them, to become aware of them. The awareness around the patterns, that is where our growth happens, where we free ourselves from our own repeating patterns, our own prisons, so to speak. But I'm feeling like this is kind of like the core of the reading, to just really watch what your thoughts are, and as they come up around whatever the situation is that you're going through, and bringing awareness to them. We have the Four of Swords, so I'm feeling that this is going to be whatever this shift is, this growing phase, as we are bringing something new. Part of that growth, as we are bringing something new, and these challenges are coming up, but it's part of stepping into whatever this is that we are manifesting here. But I am feeling that it's going to be very draining on our physical energy. So if you are feeling the need to rest, then please take care of yourself. It is important. I'm feeling that finding that balance, and that balance, again, not only in this card is about money and monetary, but also energy. And I did touch on that. So this is paying attention to your own energy during this week and moving forward, especially this week. But really, because you don't want to get sick or get run down at this time. And so here we have reinvention, Mercury retrograde. So yeah, it's interesting. We just came out of a Mercury retrograde. So this is just telling me that we're still in a process. Whatever we started in the last cycle, we are still continuing in this new cycle of reinventing. So we are starting over with this full moon in Aries coming up as well. That is totally about starting, because Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, and so that is all about starting a new cycle. And this is really about you, and whatever your whatever drives you, whatever gets your goat going, and so your passion, and just, yeah, this is really about you and where you are at in your own life, and how you want to be, who you want to be, how you want your life to look like as we are creating it here. We have the King of Wands. So we are approaching this reinvention of ourselves and our lives from this energy of presence, of awareness, and again, passion with that wands. So that is really driving us, paying attention to, um, you know, insights, downloads. I feel like those are coming in. I'm feeling connection with Egyptian energies here as well. So we could be a lot of, you know, very empowering. I'm feeling like the energy of Isis here, and with those pyramids in the background. So very powerful energies that is connecting us, that we are embodying, really, that we are more fully embodying as we are stepping into this. And I'm feeling like this is a lot of what this growth is taking us into, is more of this energy, this reinvention, that this is kind of the direction what we're going and what we're embodying more and more. Wow. Okay. We also have the Queen of Wands here. So we have the King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh. And the Knight of Wands. So that is really significant to me, that we have that progression here. And we actually have King, Queen, and Knight, all of Wands. So I'm feeling there's a community here being built with all three of those. I'm also feeling that there is a connection. It could be a love connection, as part of this energy coming in, a new relationship of some sort. And see, and again, with this Queen of Wands, we also have the pyramids in the back here. So I am feeling that this is very powerful, transformative, connecting with magic, connecting and working with the unseen world. Like, this is a very powerful um, connection, whomever, that this is for. This will be for some of us, not all of us, but definitely a power couple here coming in, both very connected and very passionate and powerful. I don't even know how else to say that, but yeah, just a really, really powerful connection. And it also feels like it's faded, or this is coming in, it's supposed to happen. And then with this Knight of Wands, it feels like there's a purpose behind it. There is, again, I feel like there's a higher um higher, I don't, what's the word I'm searching for, like, this is not something so much, but I mean, I feel like this is like divinely guided, all of this, and actually the whole reading for that matter. And so this is, taking action. So whatever this is coming in here, this power couple, and holding those energies too. And if it's not that, it could be just simply holding the energies, and embodying them. And that's what I mean by holding, but holding them in our bodies, embodying them, and stepping into this as we reinvent ourselves. And this is, it's it it feels very high vibrational. It feels like, and this is being taken out into the world with that purpose and that mission. It feels like this is important work. It feels, but it's moving out of these old paradigms that have you worried or feeling kind of stuck right now. But I'm feeling like that's kind of a key component of this. I feel like it's going to be successful. So whatever this is, because it is being shown here, I'm feeling, especially with this full moon coming up, so it's being reflected back to us. So we're aware of these coming up, and this feels like really high energy. I think I've said that already, but I'm still getting that vibration from it, that this is um, a really powerful and profound reading for this week and carrying forward. I'm just double checking here for any other tidbits that might want to come up. Anything else we need to know? Yeah. I think, again, back with this Nine of Swords, I think part of this is the worrying is not only it's from things that have come up from the past that are ready to be alchemized, but it's also worrying about this all coming together in such a way that you are going to be supported by spirit, and but in a physical way. Are you going to get your bills paid? Are you going to be able to feed yourself? And there's so much uncertainty in the world right now, and there's so much upheaval. But this is a lot of what the fears that we're facing. And but this is telling me this is part of the growth. It's just recognizing them, not letting them slow you down, um, allowing procrastination. It's just seeing them for what they are, remembering to take a step back, remembering that you can control your thoughts, control the actions that you take and put out into the world, and remember that powerfulness of who you are, and not falling back into old patterns. Just, but also to hold compassion for yourself as you're traversing this week, and a little bit beyond, to hold that compassion as you're doing this, and being vigilant, not only with the contracts and that I was speaking about, but also with your thoughts, and paying attention here to what fears are popping up. And it's not about moving away from them. We have to acknowledge them. We have to embrace them and hold that compassion and realize where they came from. They're coming from past experiences. But, we're not the same person now. So we don't have to accept those limitations, those fears, the doubts that creep in. We can recognize them for what they are. They are an illusion, and um, we've grown since the past, from the first time we experienced them. So we can let them go, and alchemize, rest, when you need to, and turn inward. Do some contemplating as well, if that's what's being called for. So it really depends where you fall in here, but I'm feeling like this is really touching on quite a few things for all of us generally. And then, of course, depending who you are, some parts are going to resonate more than others. But overall, a really, really powerful time that we're entering into. So thank you again for joining me. Thank you for your presence. And I want you to know that I appreciate you. And please take care of yourself. Listen to your body and what it needs as best you can. And remember that any challenges, difficulty is temporary. The undoing, the falling apart, all those perceptions are part of the growing phase. And that's what we are so doing individually and collectively, the whole planet. is. So just keep holding that compassion for yourself, holding it for your friends, your neighbors, and all those on the planet, because we're each going through our own evolution. So I am sending you my love, and please have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.